Is he going to change his hair or what?
I have no control over my hair. My hair is pretty much what happens when I get up in the morning. And I've said to people who are interested in emulating my hairstyle, go to a southwestern city, somewhere where it's hot and dry, rent yourself a convertible, and just cruise for about a day, and you'll look exactly like me.
Yeah. Do you ever think it would come down to this? I mean, you know.
No. I always felt like I was really lucky because when I was in high school, I figured out what I wanted to do early on. So I felt like that's a good sign because now you see people who are my age now and either still don't know what they want to do or are unhappy in what they want to do. So I was very lucky early on, and I'm sure the same is true with you. And then when I was in college and got to be on television, it was like a miracle. It was like a dream. How the hell do you get to be on television? And so I was very satisfied about that because I felt like I found what I want to do and I'm doing it. What's better in life than that? That's a very lucky person who can say that. So the fact that I was able to continue to do that has been just unbelievably satisfying to me. All this other stuff is just silly. It's just I don't know. I can't make any sense of it. It just seems like, oh, it's you know, a role that somebody's got to do it. So it turned out to be me. And when I'm done, it'll be somebody else. But ultimately, the thing that I'm really pleased about is all my life I've had jobs that I loved. You know, I've been just unbelievably lucky like that. He's mean to people. Well, you know, that ain't necessarily. It was never my intent. No. And I love if somebody can come on my show and just beat me up. To me, that's very funny. You know, I always liked people like Terry Garr, people like Charles Grodin, and many others who could come on and kind of understood we're just goofing around.
Right.
And on the show, we always try to make fun. I always try to make fun of myself. I always try to make fun of how I looked. I always try to make fun of my hair. When I realized I was 205 pounds, we had old videotape of a year ago when I had weighed that much. And we roll it, and I swear to God, I look like the adult Jerry Mathers. I was just puffed. I was enormous. It looked like I had been on the air hose.
Yeah, but I tell you, you didn't look. Did your clothes change? Was it like, wait a minute, look how much I weigh? I mean, weren't the clothes the same that you were? You actually
well, essentially, but you know, I wasn't paying any attention. The mistake I was making all my life, I'd like run every day. So you think you're running every day? I can eat everything. You know, I can eat. Give me a plate of pork chops and a London broil. That's fine. I have no problem with that. and then because you think, I'll get up and run it off in the morning. Well, my metabolism obviously changed, and I was suddenly 205 pounds. And you look at those old tapes. I got one of these deals going. Just hey, all right.
Our next guest.
Yeah.
Who's got some salami? Who's got? Can I get a sandwich? No, but you know.
So we made fun of that. We made fun of my hair. My hair has never been right. I don't know what the hell. You know, I spent a lot of money with the implants. I got plugs. They got infected. I had to pull out. I've been to Cy Sperling's place. I've been up and down. I've been all over. I've been in Spain. I've been in Switzerland. I've been in Mexico.
You've never been to you though.
Exactly.
So stupid.
So I just always felt like if you're going to make fun of yourself, if you're willing to do that, and you're willing to make fun of the set, if you're willing to make fun of the band, you might as well try to have fun by making silly remarks to the guest. And unfortunately, and I understand this, you're like my mother, now David, that's not funny. You know, it's sort of that factor, so you have to be careful of it. But to me, if a guest can come on and just make fun of me and everything else, that's great, because you're just goofing around. I mean, what's better in your life if you have a buddy you can exchange silly remarks about back and forth.
You had begun doing stand-up, not in Indianapolis. You didn't do it until you came out.
There was nowhere to do it. There were two places that I knew of, at least, New York certainly, and Los Angeles. And the only reason I went to Los Angeles because I always thought that I would end up going to New York. I liked the idea of working in network television in New York, but by that time it had all shifted to Los Angeles, and everybody knew of the Comedy Store. You would watch The Tonight Show or Merv Griffin or Mike Douglas if there was something really wrong with you, and they would always talk about the Comedy Store. And so at least you knew where to go to do it. You know, it was sort of like you want to be a chiropractor, go to a chiropractic college. You wanted to be a stand-up comedian, go to the Comedy Store. And I think at the time when you and I came down, although there were places in San Francisco though, weren't there? In those
Punchline, I think, was starting to get
yeah,
but not exactly.
It was when I started. It was the Improv in New York and the Comedy Store in Los Angeles, and then it just went crazy. And there are comedy clubs all over the country. In fact, we have one here in the office. A comedy club.
Doing, and you know, like most
doing gangbusters.
But what people, I think, you know, you're doing basically the same kind of thing you did then.
Yeah.
I mean, same joke. No.
Yeah. Everything's the same. Same suits.
Same suits. No, but I mean, basically, you began as the guy. Well, you used to work the crowd. That's what I used to like about the act. Is
well, I had no material. I would write and write and write material, and then you would test it out and test it out, and then as everybody, you do it the same stuff night after night after night. And long before the audience gets bored with it, you know, you would get bored with it, I would get bored with it. So because it was so hard to write material, it was easier just to you know, make fun of people's clothes. That's the highest form of comedy, I think. Speaking of that, how about that tie?
Hey, don't you wish you had two like this one?